Until I met my new best friend. All of my boys say I'm tripping.
There's a problem with your download.
Alex, are we rolling? For real? Give us a thumbs up. We're rolling. Yay!
We are...
Welcome, everybody. This is the first live podcast we've ever done. This is the first time we've ever started a live podcast. Very exciting.
This is the first time we've ever restarted
First time we've ever restarted one. This is Sorry I've Been So Busy, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is the podcast where we talk to very busy people about what they're busy with. Sometimes we talk to not very busy people about what they're pretending to be busy with. And this is our live 100th episode. Thank you all for coming out. Andrew Goldstein is here.
At Angegold on Twitter, ANGEGOLD.
Yes, my name is Matt Goldich, at Matt Goldich, MattGoldich. And this is so exciting. Producer Alex is in the booth running things. And
you guys already met him.
You already know what happened, but we had a false start, and it was crazy.
He has an ulcer.
And he came running out. He has an ulcer, and he came running out. We normally record these at Alex's Showbiz Studios in the East Village, the home of Sorry I've Been So Busy. But we decided for our 100th episode to do something very special. We're here live with a live audience and two great guests that we're very excited to bring out. So thank you for coming out, and thank you for listening, and thank you to all the busybodies out there.
We have a couple. Anybody here been a busybody? I think Carlos might have been a busybody.
Yes,
There you go.
And
Jessica was a busybody and a guest.
Yeah, we definitely have. Well, we have several past guests in the crowd
Crisp
that we should shout out. Mr. Crisp, Jessica was a guest.
In the house.
Has been a
Zach
guest.
Linder in the house.
Former guest John Partridge as well.
JP. Kevin Miller in the house.
Yes.
We have like a cluster.
This is like the former guest for Mitch Goldich, my brother, former guest
back
of the
from
pod.
Korea.
Yes, back and
Ian Berger in the back corner.
former guest as well, is here. So many former guests have come out.
Hey, Ian, how's the pizza? It's the fucking best.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
But this is exciting. I just wanted to say quickly that I never necessarily thought we would make it to 100 episodes, and we've kept it going, and we've posted one pretty much almost every week since we started. And
it's literally my biggest accomplishment.
I know, right? It's one of those things where you go, we'll do 2 or 3, and then we'll see how it goes. But somehow we've kept it going.
And you live in Harlem.
And I live in Harlem, which is
far.
It's far, and
far away.
It's cold. And it's no colder than anywhere else. I don't know. But no, it is far away from our studio, but I make an effort to come down. And as you know, I mean, this is basically what the podcast is about, but, my gym is on the way back, and so that makes things easier. But no. It is funny. It's become part of our routine. And then also there's this element of there was a few weeks where we were literally too busy to do the podcast. We this is all about... It was very meta. It was all about what it's about. But it's been exciting to have a project to work on with you because as we mentioned in the first episode, we've been friends for a very long time.
Yeah.
We were camp counselors together.
Oh, and you said you. I thought you meant them.
No, not them. No, they could, whatever.
Yeah.
We were camp counselors together, and we have not really worked on very much together until now.
Yeah, we've always wanted to work together.
Yes. There was a brief period where I wrote trivia questions for you.
Very brief.
Between shows on Spike.
Shout out to Spike TV.
Yes, R.I.P. But
now the Paramount Channel.
Yeah. We have some great guests that I'm excited to talk to in a few minutes, but before that, this is the part of the show where I would traditionally ask you what you've been busy with. So,
thank you.
Is there any before we get to that? Is there any other business we have to attend to that I forgot?
No, I just I'm just glad we're recording.
Do you have any mazzles you want to or
I'm mazzle to Alex for figuring out the board.
Yes, no, thank you. Yeah, appreciate
Here's
that.
the thing.
Okay.
I've been busy. I'm working out of an office that is the demographics skew very young, like millennial, very young, very millennial.
Well, that could be anything. Millennial, we've now learned, is anything from 18 to 84.
Very.
The definition has been extended.
Stereotypically millennial.
These are 20.
And for lack of a better term, very urban. And I don't know if you know this,
urban,
Matt.
meaning New York City. Okay, yes.
And I don't know if you know this. But sweatpants are back.
I have noticed that sweatpants are back.
Are you aware of this?
I was aware.
Here's the thing.
Well, it's called athleisure now.
Yeah, they're not the sweatpants of our youth. They're not the baggy bottoms and they're not baggy at all. They're very form-fitting, tapered at the bottom, some zippers.
I've seen, I'm familiar. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm working out of this very young office, and I'm trying to make a TV show, and there's a lot of guys walking around in sweatpants.
Right. Now, I have a lot of questions.
What? I'm not done yet.
Okay, yeah.
As a result of being in this workplace environment around all of these dudes wearing sweatpants, there's a lot of, as my friend Sam Shafson, friend of the pod, not here, as his mom, Carol, would say when we were kids, there's a lot of line of dick.
She would say that when you were kids, your friend's mom.
There's a lot of line of dick. Like when we would wear Umbros, she'd be like, Sam, there's some line of dick showing.
Yeah. I would say...
And then she cavelled.
I would say probably even more than in the traditional sweatpants were baggy. And so they would hide.
That's what I'm saying. The sweatpants of our youth, there was no line of dick.
Would you say there was more so than in the skinny jean era?
No,
the skinny jean camouflages.
That's like a thicker material.
Right.
These sweatpants now, they're called joggers.
Yes.
There's a lot of dick silhouette.
In the office, and that's the distracting part for you. Not necessarily that people are wearing sweatpants
it's like
in a work
I'm in a meeting
environment.
Talking about like budgets, and a guy's
getting rock
and a guy
hard.
who outranks me in both like title and pay is wearing sweatpants. It's very off-putting.
Well, that's an interesting point because
he puts one leg up.
If he outranks you, then you would say he's earned the right to wear sweatpants.
Like if he does this move, like the gym teacher move, it's all over.
Nobody's doing that in a meeting anyway. Are people doing that in meetings?
Yeah.
Well,
people like get up on, it's very casual.
Have you been...
They're getting up on
do you own sweatpants?
I do, but I don't wear them to work.
They're the baggy kind.
They're the new kind.
You do own the new kind.
I'm very hip.
Yeah,
I'm very hip.
I didn't know.
But I got to tell you, my big rule
with
workplace clothes is I would never in a million years wear shorts to work. That was always my work. That we could be working on the surface of the sun. I'm never wearing shorts to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a football jersey and a steakhouse.
What if you're a UPS guy?
What?
UPS guy? You don't wear shorts?
Yeah, even if I was a mailman. Well, they're outside.
Yeah. And so you're not about to wear sweatpants to work anytime soon, even the cool tapered.
No. Here's my the question I really have is:
can you wear a button down with them?
People do.
Interesting.
Under what is there any circumstance at all where you would ever wear sweatpants to work?
If I was a sweatpants model, I suppose.
No, your current job.
At my current job, no. No. Even on like a non-show day. Relaxed.
Kevin,
the most I could ever get would be a hoodie and jeans.
You can't wear sweatpants.
Has anyone here ever worn sweatpants to work in an office environment? Okay. Well, yeah. As a woman, right? A woman can pull off a fashionable, but I guess if you're a fashionable male,
I'm just worried about the dick silhouette, the line of dick.
Yes,
you don't want that at work. I guess, especially from your superiors.
I guess. It's sort of like a baseball cap, though, right? Like if you've reached a certain level of in your company, you've earned the right to wear a baseball cap at work. Whereas if you were young and trying to impress,
all I'm saying is if there was it's
a penile issue for you. It's not a.
It's also a society rule.
Yeah.
It's a society thing for me.
I'm excited to bring in our guests on this because I think they will have some opinions.
I feel like at least one of our two guests wears sweatpants in a professional.
Well, they also on the show that we'll talk about. There were some wardrobe the things that they discussed. Yeah. So we'll have them on.
Anyway, that's what I've been busy with is avoiding the sweatpant bulges.
All right, let's take a quick break for an ad from Lululemon. And then we'll be right back with our guests. No, let's just go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and introduce our guests, and I'll move over.
Our guests are two very funny comedians. They star in a very funny web series called The Bay Ridge Boys, Yanni P. and Chrissy D. Chris Distefano and Yannis Pappas.
Over here?
Chris, I think you have worn sweatpants in a professional environment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wearing every.
He can't fit into anything else.
I know.
He's got a 38 waist.
I should have taken off my jackets.
You're in a giant jacket.
I don't know why.
It's okay.
But, yeah.
This looks like
You
there's a
still
dance
can.
floor
You
here.
still can.
This is good. Yeah, this is. Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Thank you for being
Wait,
here.
now, has either of you ever worn sweatpants on stage?
No. I've never worn sweatpants on stage, but
Even in the guy code era, they never put you in, like,
No.
dope sweatpants?
Sweatpants with really shiny shoes?
Yeah, with Jordans.
Yeah.
Maybe. But no, I don't think I've ever worn sweatpants on stage.
Oh,
I don't think I have.
I did once. It's a funny story. It was here. It was actually here.
Yeah.
And it was actually me, Nate Bargatze, and Chris Laker. We used to have a podcast, and we wanted to do one last podcast because we were finished, and we were finishing the podcast. We did it here. Jimmy Fallon walks in and was like just checking the place out because he like lives a block away or whatever. And then my managers own the place, whatever here. So they're like, stay and do a set because Jimmy's going to watch the show.
You're like,
So
I'm in sweatpants.
I had Crocs on, sweatpants. I look like an off-duty chef who just like ran out of the kitchen like, this is my big break. And I went up and bombed, and that was the night that it was when didn't go good. And that was the night that Jimmy Fallon saw Nate, and Nate's now been on
he's like,
been on like
he
11
features
times.
for Fallon.
Yeah, he calls in. It's like a spot for him. He's like, Jimmy, I'm gonna be in New York. You mind? I can squeeze you in between New York Comedy Club and Greenwich. And he
It could have been you.
could have been me, but I
Crazy part was that Nate was wearing skids. Yeah. Which that was very unusual.
He was
for
wearing
him.
Umbros.
Yeah.
I don't know what an Umbro is.
You don't know Umbros? They were the
Umbro?
soccer shorts that were like green
Yeah,
on one
yeah.
side, red on the other, the very thin material.
Yeah.
Creepy dudes would wear them to strip clubs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, now you know.
Just in Brooklyn. We don't
There
know what
was-
we called them.
We didn't have Umbros in Brooklyn,
Yeah,
but
we
the
probably call them
shorts
something
they're
different.
high and like balls fall out of
Okay.
them all the time.
Yes. So
yeah.
So you guys
we
bring-
called it the stepfathers. Yeah. That's what I would call those stepfather shorts.
That's beyond like the possibly seeing a silhouette. Like you could see an actual
Well,
penis.
yeah.
Like
And
a whole-
also that
in
happens
toto.
with guys in bathing suits when you see the
Yeah.
netting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the ball netting.
You see the silhouette. It's like looking through a radiator cover at a ball.
On the show we mentioned you guys have the web series Bay Ridge Boys, and there was a whole episode where you talked about you were trying to wear a Yankees jersey to a job interview.
Yeah.
Was that based in any sort of reality? Are there guys who will actually do that in Bay Ridge? Or is that,
yeah. There's definitely guys who will do that.
That's on the Bay Ridge crest.
Yeah.
It's just a guy interviewing wearing a Broncos jersey.
I wear a lot of baseball jerseys. That's something I do. I don't wear a lot of sweatpants, but I wear baseball jerseys in the summertime. I wear baseball jerseys a lot. Different teams, never the Red Sox because I'm a Yankees fan.
Right.
But I would, I do wear different teams. I wear just because
On stage or
on stage.
Okay.
I just wear different teams.
Yeah.
all the time because I got a lot of nipple fat. So it's these jerseys. They hide the mesh hides my nipple fat, and then I don't worry about a breeze coming in and showing off my fucking tits.
And it looks.
I know people, are like, he's joking, but I'm dead serious.
Yeah, no,
I know.
Do you have
that's the-
dinner plate nipples?
See, that's
really
the thing
thought it
about
through.
me. I come on stage and people are like, look at his fucking douchebag haircut. He looks like a fucking alt-right motherfucker. And I'm just,
You have the part. Shaved in.
Yeah, fucking shaved in. Well, yeah, I didn't do that. Hitler did. So that's just a scar from fucking the Fuhrer himself. But I don't want this life, and I don't want this head. I just have a Viking head, and there's nothing I could do about it. But I'm a good person, and I'm scared of ghosts. I'm sensitive. I like history. I went to school. But I look
believe
like
it.
We're going to get into all that, but you guys brought up Brooklyn. You guys are both from Brooklyn, yes?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Did you
Born
know
and
each other before comedy or no?
No.
But Chris is a physical therapist. He's actually got a doctorate in physical
I was
therapy.
going to say, you wouldn't believe this, but you're very educated. Run down your credentials.
I swear to God, when I showed up to graduate school, this is not even a lie. I showed up first day of graduate school. It was June 2007. I showed up, and the dean of the school was like accepting, telling students where to go. And I was like, "Hey, I'm here for graduate school," and they were like, "Are you a janitor?" and dead serious, Dr. Friel, I'll never forget. And I was like, "No, I'm a student," and she was like, "No, you're not."
Why are you wearing sweatpants?
Well, yeah, why are you wearing sweatpants? And I said, "No, I'm Chris Distefano." She was like, "You're Chris Distefano." And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you're really not a janitor? And I was like, no, I'm a student. And then this is how crazy, this is true. But then now I wouldn't do this, but back then I was like insecure, but I don't give a shit anymore. I just got older. I actually was valedictorian of my graduate program, which
round
is
of
nuts.
applause.
Which is nuts.
We can do that. We're
Which is
live.
nuts. But
From janitor to valedictorian,
Yeah,
that's quite the
but
trajectory. That's very impressive.
They had it, but I was tied with this girl. We both like, and they're like, look, either one of you can give the speech.
Yeah,
and I was like, I knew I wanted to be a comedian, so I wasn't scared to publicly talk. But I was like, I can't represent the graduate program. Sounding like a talking sewer. I just fucking can't do it. I'm like, it's got to go to this girl. The girl was from England, so she had like
that's
I was like, you got to represent the class because I can't be like, yo, thank you, everybody. And then I know my father would be like, yo, that's my son. He takes it in the ass. Like he would just, he would just as a joke. He'd be like, my son's. I'm like, I'm not gay. But,
Go Yankees.
yeah, be like, fucking Derek Jeter.
But do you guys think you would have been friends growing up?
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt. Of course we would have been friends.
Yeah.
The Greeks and the janitors got along?
Yeah.
Well, Greeks and Italians, we're both the kind of people we both make wasps nauseous.
Yeah.
So
we all have that in common. Yeah.
we all have that
Sure.
kind of-
Yeah.
You're talking to two Jews.
Oh yeah. If there's any like true like Connecticut wasp here, they're gagging.
Yeah, they
as
can't
we're
eat around
talking.
us, yeah.
As soon as I came in, they're like, "Ugh."
We're like the Mount
Luckily, as
Rushmore
Jews,
of what
we're
they
nauseous all the time.
Yeah.
So,
hate. It's more of a stomach thing.
Yeah. It's not really a people. So, are you from Bay Ridge then, both of you, or no? The Bay Ridge is a stand-in for like a general.
It
sort
had
of...
the alliteration.
Well, I'm from Park Slope. He's from Ridgewood. And we both bought places in Bay Ridge. And we were walking around every day hanging out. And we were
Bit
like,
of a
we
flex.
Yeah. And we're like, we should make this a show. So, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Nice.
No, that's great.
Yeah, we're full of shit.
A,
We're not from there.
what was the article that got written about you and your apartment search?
It was just basically, that I was buying it. That was the apartment. It was like, there was no angle in it. It was
It's
just like,
that
this
New York
guy's...
Times thing where they follow someone and then they that's so interesting.
The
because-
Hunt, it's called.
The Hunt, yes.
Yeah.
The type of article, we're big fans.
Zach says he was in it.
You were in the Hunt.
I was in the hunt.
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Zach,
Yeah,
that's
Zach.
two
There's
guests
more.
who were in the Hunt.
It's rare that it's like meeting another another Republican in New York. It's crazy. Like, there's two of us.
I like the Hunt. I also like. We've talked before about the Grub Street diet
love the
and
Grub
how
Street diet.
that is a
And you
big
got rejected
inspiration.
from the
I got
Grub Street
rejected from the
diet.
Grub Street diet, but I pitched myself and failed. But that is in many ways a big inspiration for this podcast because and also that other one where they follow what you read on the internet all week. Like for some reason I've always been fascinated by what people do.
Not to be confused with The Strategist, which outed Scott Rogowski as having a micropene.
Oh my God! Wow. Have to edit that out. We'll have to ask Alex.
Hitler had a micropene too.
Really?
That's a true story.
I know, that was
He
a
had
big
micropene.
headline, like,
yeah,
3
that's
years
what my
ago.
grandfather told me.
I mean,
who is Adolf
When they
Hitler.
were hanging out.
Yeah. No.
that makes sense.
Yeah,
Tracks. Yeah.
I heard about that.
I want to ask. I have something to confess to Yannis.
Sure.
Ooh.
I'm a really bad comedy audience. I'm just like a snob, working in TV and working with a lot of comedians and having, dabbled myself. I'm just a really bad audience. But a while back, my wife, who's in the crowd, Jamie, shout out.
Hi, Jamie.
What up?
Good husband, good kid.
Yas, Queen. Happy International Women's Day. Celebrate femininity.
We came to the stand as patrons, and we saw a show, and you were on it, and you did this bit that has stuck with me, it just made me like a big fan of yours, which it was your bit about how excited women get about looking and being cute.
Cute. Yeah. I know the bit.
So I just wanted to shout that out because it just if somebody says Yannis Pappas to me, I'm like, oh, he's got that amazing chunk about being cute.
Yeah. Women, you guys like the word cute a lot. And I just realized every girlfriend I've had, they just hit the rack and everything. Cute. And when they really like it, it's a long cute, like with a gasp in front of it. Cute. Cute.
Like if in conversation, if I hear somebody say, oh, that's cute, I just immediately think of you. So shout out to you. That was a lot of my...
Well, I can't take the credit. It's really the ladies,
I'm I'm sorry, his face ruined the word cute. That's like a
I got sentimental there
to
for a
think of
second.
his fucking whistleblower face. I mean, this guy looks like he wants to write an article and break a scandal. He looks like that's what he always looks like. He's not fucking. He wants to intern for some hotshot Democrat candidate. Fucking bad. This guy. He wants to wear a button so fucking bad. This kid. He's ready to fucking score.
Definitely could have been in the movie The Post.
Cucks hate his fucking face. They want to
you.
smash this. Oh yeah. I'm the poster boy.
Yeah.
They hate his face.
He sounds like he should be hanging off a garbage truck.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to throw away your trash, babe.
You sound like you should be chanting that we will not replace you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have "Make America Great Again"
Yeah.
face, but I didn't vote for him.
And you both, but another former guest of the pod, Joel Solomon, you've both worked with,
Yeah.
right?
Shout
Not
out
here.
Joel.
Yeah,
in
Joel.
LA.
Love
Yeah, you've
Joel.
both-
Good guy.
Joel.
Yeah. He mentioned that you are a good prankster. He said you would pull prank phone calls from the
Oh, God, that
you
was
would
so
use
much
your
fun.
212 phone number
Oh,
to
my
prank
God.
people because it's
Yeah.
very rare to have a 212 phone number.
God, we had me and him. Well, he's a big prankster
He's,
too.
he's like the best I've ever been around.
Yeah, he's great. And he got me good once. What was it? What was it? I think he told me like J-Lo called and was
Very
like,
believable.
Yeah, because I have a character, Maurisa, and like J-Lo actually like is a fan of the character, like, and he knew that, and so he's like, yeah, she called. We had a show. Joel was the head writer of our sports show, so he's like, she called and like she wants to do a sketch with you, and like, and he let it go for 3 days. So it's like 3 days. I was believing, and he was like, he wrote a treatment for it and everything. And then I was like, yo, when he told me it was a joke, I was like, you're a true psychopath. Like, that is you kept it going for 3 days.
Yeah.
Fucking scum.
And I believed that. I mean, like, I was all in on it, and I was fucking excited to meet J-Lo, and it felt bad.
It's just mean.
It was just
straight
mean.
up
He's
mean.
just a psychopath.
Yeah, it's not funny.
But we used to crank call people, and we would crank call comics and pretend we were bookers and stuff, and Joel would do, like, this rabbi character, and
A big stretch.
yeah. He would call and be like, do you do, we need to clean, and he would just just abuse comics about like how clean the show has to be, and like, can you fax me over the jokes first before we do it? We got to make sure. And then it was just hilarious. Yeah.
And where'd you work? You were the baseball
MLB thing.
Yeah, the MLB show.
You and Fat Joe.
Me, Fat Joe, and Sway.
Big Pop and Big Poppy.
Sway.
And Big Poppy was the executive producer.
He never showed up.
Never showed. Well, he never showed up. You know what's crazy about Big Poppy? Only I saw this. We were the first day of filming the show. We were in Big Poppy's truck. It was December of 2013, and it was just me, one camera guy, and Big Poppy and the driver in the truck. And Big Poppy was on the phone with his agent, and he tells us to put the camera down. He's like, do me a favor, guys, put the camera down for this. And we were like, okay. And he goes, and turn your phones off. Turn everything off. And he's still, like, on the phone with his agent. And I was like, okay. And then I'm just, like, looking, like, straight ahead, but listening. I can't turn my fucking ears off. And so I was like, earmuffs. So he goes, listen, to his agent. He goes, I'm telling you, if Boston doesn't make me the highest paid DH in the next 24 hours, he said, call Brian Cashman, I'm going to the fucking Yankees.
Wow.
He was like, I'm going to the Yankees, and I mean it. And then he hung up the phone.
And then as a Yankee fan, you just started jerking off.
Literally, I swear to God, instant would. Yeah. Like, I fucking was like this. I texted my dad right away. I was like, Dad, life's going to change for us. I was like, your boy did good. I was like, Big Poppy's come to the Yankees. And then the fucking Red Sox matched it. And I was like, fucking shit.
At least you didn't put any money down on it
No.
or anything. Like
No,
insider
I should have. That would have been
well,
a good
no,
idea.
you shouldn't have.
That's-
You would have
yeah.
lost. So
That
I
reminds
think
me.
you
It
didn't.
reminds me of Torpy's story on the podcast about doing the commercial with Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he just overheard Michael Jordan doing making $100 million.
Oh, it was like, yeah, he had some sort of a craze. And that was also the famous commercial where Jordan had the Hitler mustache.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hashtag Chris Distefano.
That's
Yeah.
it. We remember that. We celebrated that.
Yeah.
So what?
That's a big day.
Kidding. That was a big day. We're like,
Oh, we got Jordan.
Yes.
We got the GOAT.
yes.
He's one of us.
I know, right? Yeah.
Disregard his skin color.
Tell people, for the people who haven't seen the show or all about the show, and where people can find it, and the Bay Ridge Boys.
Yeah, it's called the Bay Ridge Boys. It's just a web series. You can see it on YouTube or Facebook, and we also have a podcast called The History Hyenas.
Yes.
So we just
Talk
started
about
that.
history.
We talk about history. Yeah,
We give you a historical.
We're going to get into that in your day because
Yeah.
you guys take history tours together.
we do. Yeah,
we
You're
do.
you're adorable.
Yeah, people can't believe it. They're like a guy messaged me and was like, enough, like stop trying to pretend like you care about academics. I'm like, I swear to God, I love this shit.
I got a degree.
I got a degree.
Show up at the battlefield. People think you're there to mop.
Well, because like a lot like people who follow me are like my friends are like real Brooklyn guys. Like we'll go on a history tour and I'll be like excited to post it. Like, we'll post like, oh, me and Giannis here at Gettysburg, and I'll get like at least 20 messages being like gay. From all my friends, like, you're gay. It's like, what?
It's like from a different
James
era.
K. Polk over here.
Yeah, it's fucking guy.
The last episode we did of Bay Ridge Boys was called Chris Mullen and the Crew of 82.
Yeah.
And it's about a Hall of Fame basketball player, Chris Mullen, who played basketball at Xaverian in Bay Ridge. And we made it, and the episode's about, like, Chris's character thinks that Chris Mullen may be his dad. And Chris Mullen actually saw it, the real Chris
you
Mullen.
did?
So Chris Mullins
Him
saw
and
it.
Mitch
Yeah, it's
Richmond.
like-
Him and Mitch Richmond saw it together?
Him and Mitch Richmond commented on his photo. First, his wife tweeted me.
Uh-huh.
So Liz Mullen tweeted me and said, "This is hilarious. This is what she say. Definitely dinner table."
Yeah, well, she said that they watched it with their kids, and they said they laughed about it at the dinner table.
Yeah,
which
and then
is awesome.
And then the next day, there was a comment from Mitch Richmond underneath the video on his Instagram, and he was like, "Me and Mully were laughing about this all night and all morning." So it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he saw.
Power
it.
of the internet.
And the lady who plays your mom in that is so funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's on Orange is the New Black. Barbara Rosenblatt.
Yeah, she's great,
Yeah.
Barbara.
She was great.
Oh, she a Jew.
That's what we
Playing,
do. We don't discriminate.
playing Italian.
Playing Italian.
Very
We do.
convincing. Yeah,
It's not the
similar.
first time
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
happened. Everybody heard of the Fonzie?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
It always bothered me when I was a kid because I was a big Happy Days fan, and then I'd watch the credits and it said Fonzie played by.
It just said played by a Jew.
Henry Winkler, and I was like, he's so cool. How is his name Henry?
Bothered you. It should have given you pride.
Yeah.
No, but I looked at it like Henry was such a dorky name to
Oh,
me as
really?
a kid. I was like, how is the Fonz's name Henry?
I've bought so many reverse mortgages because the font is so cool.
I only buy them from Selleck.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions? Before
I did want to, because you did both grow up here in New York. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you both what's the craziest thing you've seen on the subway?
Oh my God!
Millions of subway rides between the two of you.
I mean, I've seen it all. I mean, yeah. I've seen some horrible stuff.
This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I remember this
Turns
just
into the
sticks
moth.
out in my mind because it was just so brutal. I mean, this isn't going to be funny, but yeah, it's the first thing that came to my mind. It was like this teenage girl. It was an old Chinese woman, and she was like in her way. And then, as a teenage girl got off the train, she was holding an umbrella, and she hit the old Chinese woman in the eye with the pointy part of the umbrella. And I was just like, wow.
Just unprovoked?
It was like they had a little scuffle over
they had a
space
scuffle.
as she was getting out, and then she turned around and she just fucking like a dartboard, like right. And I was like, New York, New York.
That's amazing.
Jesus,
Yeah.
good question.
I mean, that's one of a million things.
Yeah, mine's not funny either, but it was just it was like 1996. I was on the train with my dad coming back from a Knicks game, and it was like, decently packed train. We were standing. And the only reason I remember this, it all happened right in front of me. I got up. Me and my dad got up because this father, his wife, and their two little kids got onto the train. And so the mother and the two little kids sat down and took me and my dad's seat. So we stood up, and the father was like, thank you very much. And this guy was a very unassuming man, very like just, normal-looking guy. And these teenagers get on and start like yelling and getting crazy. And like, they're teenagers, so whatever. And the father said the little girl had an ear infection. And we didn't know that. Why the fuck is she on the train? But, she had an ear infection and it sucks. So it's, so the kids are screaming, and the father says, he was so polite. He was like, hey, boys, I know you guys are having a good time, and this is we all share this space. He really said this. He said, but my daughter's got an ear infection, and it's really loud, and you're hurting her, so could you please just calm down? And the kid says to the guy, he says, fuck you. So
You knew it was coming.
Yeah.
So the kid says, fuck you. And then the other kid, and then now the two, there were three of them. One kid was like not participating, whatever, and then two kids are like on either side and like, fuck you, dude, getting crazy. And the father says, guys, like, I don't want any trouble, but I'm just asking if you could stop yelling because my daughter's hurt. And the daughter's starting to cry now. Like, she's like, Daddy, my ear. Blah, blah. Right. So the father says, guys, please. They keep going. And the father says to the wife, he says, do you want to get off the train or do you want me to take care of this? And then
it was Liam Neeson.
I swear to God, this happened in front of me. It's 1996, no camera phones. This is like a thing that me and my father talk about almost every week. Like, we're like, we can't believe this shit happened. He says, whoa, thank you. He says, and then the woman says, I don't want to get off the train, but I don't want you to get crazy. So he says, so we're going to stay on the train? And then she says, yes. And then puts her head down. And then I swear to God, grabbed both of her kids and pulled both into her chest. He broke both of the kids' arms right in front of everybody.
Wow.
Both broke their arms. He grabbed the one kid, snapped his arm, and the kid's arm is like this. And he's like, ah! Then he put the other kid in a headlock and broke his arm and threw them both onto the floor. Somebody pulled the emergency brake. This is... of course, somebody pulled the emergency brake.
I like that the wife knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Shelter in place.
Everybody on the train is screaming. The guy is so fucking calm. Like, you have no idea how calm he is. He's like rubbing.
He has a particular set of skills.
And then, he's like looking at me and my dad. He's like, my kid has an ear infection. We're like, okay. We're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, please don't break my arm. I'm sorry that, it's fucking.
Were you like, can you be my dad?
Yeah, I was like, I have antibiotics. And then they pull the alarm, and this is the best part. The cops come on the train, of course. We're in the middle of the tunnel. Like, the cops walk onto the train, flashlights. They see the two kids in pain. Everybody's just like backed away. And then the kids are like, this guy assaulted us, he assaulted us, blah, blah, blah. And the entire train collectively was like, no, this is what happened. These kids were assholes, and this guy,
the old New York,
tried to give them their chance, and they would not stop, and they cursed him out, and blah, 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 blah. And they said, okay. They said, you two, the kids, come with us. And they said, everybody else, like, enjoy the rest of your day.
That's an amazing
And I was
story.
like, holy shit.
Dad of the year right there.
But, I mean, if this was...
Not in 2018.
No, are you fucking kidding me? Not in 2018.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That would have been fucking... It would have been, that guy would have been in jail. It would have been bad.
That's like the cold open to an action movie.
Yeah.
That's why it was something that was like... Me and my dad talk about every week because we're like, we can't believe that we happened. It was so crazy that we thought we were on some kind of prank show.
It was Joel Solomon behind the whole thing.
Yeah, we were like, did he break both of those kids' arms?
Yeah.
Did the Knicks win? Do you remember?
No, I actually don't remember. And I remember like
kind of wiped out the memory.
I remember like running home and like telling my mom about all that.
That's
and
insane.
my mom was like, "What kind of episodes does your father get you involved in?" I was like, "It's not him." Like, she's like, "Your father's always got a fucking adventure." Like
it's his fault. It's a reason to blame
my dad.
Like he
My
broke
dad's like,
their
"It
arms.
wasn't my fault,
No.
man. This is why we're divorced."
Would you ever defend me like that?
Yeah. She's like, "Oh yeah." No, but that was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That
Actually,
was
in my
insane.
life. Not
It's
even-
crazy.
I was going to tell a story, but I'm not even going to.
No, you can't top that.
That's
Yeah.
probably not the first time that guy's broken some kids' arms.
No.
Clearly
yeah.
not.
If he did it that calmly, he's like, that's
Calm.
the 10th or 11th
If
kid.
his wife
Yeah.
had an
Yeah, she
instinctual
had a-
reaction to shelter in place.
His
move.
wife had like a plan. Like
Like,
she knew. She was like, "Come
she'd-
on, kids, it's going to happen
Here
again."
we go.
Done arm drills.
Yeah,
She had
broke both, and
Daddy's
he,
mad.
and he specifically broke both of their arms. He wasn't like any move. It was like he was going to break their arms.
Wow.
I really
Yeah.
hope he's listening
Amazing.
to the podcast.
I hope so. I mean,
let's-
he's got to be dead.
He could
Let's
be
get in-
busybody of the week.
Yeah, he's busybody
Yeah.
of the millennium.
Let's get
into your day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had a specific day recently that
you guys hang out a lot together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say we hang out almost every day.
Almost
we at least
every day.
talk every
You're the Bay Ridge boy.
If he doesn't, if Giannis doesn't text me, I think he's dead. And then I just call. I start calling around looking for him. Yeah.
We, well, I had a wild day. I was up since 2 a.m.
Yes.
that day. I had a lot of family stuff to do, but then we had a history tour that started. First of all, it was like 30 degrees yesterday.
Are you doing the history tours because of the podcast? Or
Yeah.
As
Well,
like a
yes and no.
And also because we love
just
it. Yeah, we love it.
But we do try to get information or fodder for the podcast. But we we do it no matter what.
So you were in New York, or you were on
In New York.
New York,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
And so
This was a it was a kind of a gangs in New York. It's called the Big Onion.
Big Onion
they do
tours
great
dot com.
tours.
It's
Graduate
just
students.
girls with
walking
big
tours.
asses
Yeah.
Yeah.
all over town.
I recommend them. Like, if you want to have
They're
a good
great.
date or something, go on a fucking Big
Go on a
Onion
walking tour.
Yeah, we were holding hands the whole time. It was great.
Love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was wearing this sweatshirts, jackets. I'm prepared for winter in New York City, and you showed up.
I love this jacket so much.
Yeah.
I won't take it off. I
Yeah.
slept in it last night. So I was
Look,
like,
it's a good jacket.
it's a nice piece. No,
Yeah, you're fucking
Giannis, it's very cute.
thanks, cute. Yeah,
Very cute.
cute.
Wait, so what time you had family?
Why'd
stuff,
you wake
but-
up at 2 a.m?
I had to be somewhere at 6 a.m. and so it was a whole thing. So I was up for a long time.
So do you
before-
guys meet before it for like a little breakfast nosh, and then you?
Did we? No, you know what? Normally we do. Normally I'll go to his house and we'll go in together. But he was up early, already in the city, and I was up. I have a 2-year-old daughter, so she was up at 6 a.m. going fucking wild, and I was feeding her oatmeal. And then I forgot that we actually had the tour, and I got the notification on my phone and was like, "Oh, tour 1 p.m." So I texted him, and I was like, "Are you going to make it?" He's like, "Well, I'm in the Bronx, and my parents are in surgery, so I'll
is
be
what
there." I was like, "What? You'll be there?" I was like,
yeah. My mom's in the hospital. She's getting a pacemaker put in that day. My brother stepped on a piece of glass and couldn't walk, so I had to take him to the emergency room at 6 a.m. Then I had to go up to my mom's place, get a pacemaker up, and then, of course, there's no way I'm missing this fucking tour.
Yeah, he didn't care. His
So I
family
made
was
it
on
work.
their-
Yeah.
last moments of their life, but he's like,
You're like,
"I'll fucking
Doc,
be
can
there."
you speed it up?
Yeah.
Put the thing in. I got a tour with Chrissy
Yeah,
D.
he's on the phone. He's like, "Oh, Mom's dead? Okay. Yeah, what'd you guys say about Bill the Butcher?" Yeah.
So you guys meet up.
We meet up.
Meet up
on
about
si-
12:45 p.m.
12:45, yeah.
Meet up.
It's City Hall Park. It was freezing out, so there was only 3 of us. It was me, him, and some dude. I think he was like a Romanian dude with a camera. So
Seriously.
there's 3 people on the tour and the tour guide. And we started doing the tour.
We started going on the tour, and it was great. It was.
Oh, tell them about the councilman. This is fucking great.
Okay.
This
So-
is great.
Okay, so we're on a tour. There's three of us, me, Giannis, and the Romanian, and the tour guide. Nice, woman. She was, what's her name? Lauren.
Yeah.
So three of
Woman is implying.
Oh,
we don't
gender.
know.
Yeah,
she was.
the
She
three of
appeared
us,
to be a
and a human being that
them, a
identified
theirs,
as
a
Lauren.
theirs. Yeah, identified maybe as a woman.
Pronouns.
We're not sure.
She's a pronoun.
Yeah.
She identified as Lauren, and that's her right. And I respect that right because I look like the problem. So I can't get in any trouble. So there's a Brooklyn councilman. Is he councilman?
He's the city councilman from Bay Ridge.
He's the city councilman from Bay Ridge.
We're standing right outside City Hall Park.
Justin Brannon is his name. And this guy, he's like, kind of heavy guy, bald head, glasses, like a real mook, like a real Brooklyn mook. But he's
fucking hilarious.
But he represents Bay Ridge at fucking City Hall. So he sees us and he goes, "Yo, Bay Ridge boys." And we're like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, right in the middle of the tour. Right in the middle of the fucking
she's
tour.
telling us some amazing story about Thomas Jefferson, and he just stops and he comes into the tour, and she's like
cursing up a storm
cursing.
too.
He goes,
I fucking love you guys.
He goes, "I fucking love you
Fucking
guys."
show's great.
Yeah, he's first of all, it's like 25 degrees out. He's wearing just a suit jacket, no overcoat, just a
Right.
suit jacket, eating shawarma. He just comes in. yeah.
True
just
story.
Real New York, just with a shawarma and a piece of tinfoil. He goes, and we can't believe that this is happening.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because, this poor fucking girl, the Romanian guy's just being Romanian. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
He's just he's snapping pictures. He probably's ISIS. I don't know. But
he just
clearly.
interrupts the tour guide. He
Yeah.
just comes in just with bombastic. He's 400 pounds.
Seriously,
He's eating a shawarma.
Yeah, person
He's cursing. I fucking love you guys.
Because I fucking love the Bay Ridge boys. And then I was like, "Hey, thanks." I was like, "Thanks, Justin. We appreciate your support." Shake his hand. Shake his hand. We're like, "We're actually on a history tour." He goes, "Sucks for you."
I swear to God.
And then looked at her, and she was like,
Yeah.
And then we're like, "Okay, cool." And then he goes, And then he takes a beat, thinking he's going to turn around and leave. He goes, "Yo, I love that Chris Mullin shit, though."
Yeah.
And then he keeps talking to us about Chris
For
Mullin
like 2 minutes.
and about St. John's and about how they won the night before.
He's like, they beat fucking Georgetown. He's going on and on.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're in the middle of a...
We're in the middle of a tour.
And he didn't even hear it. And he keeps going.
Just keeps going, keeps talking. And then finally, she was like, just looked at us as what's doing. I was like, Justin, we're on the tour. And he goes, boring. and then he just goes, listen, I'll Facebook message you guys. And we were like, okay.
And then he handed us business cards. And he goes, if you want to film an episode at City Hall, anything, just fucking call me.
Why would we want to
It's like,
film an episode?
really?
Like my cousin Vinny too.
Yeah. And are you really going to get access to City Hall for us to shoot our web series?
You know what? And he's a nice guy, but he's the kind of guy like we could just tell like he's like loves having the power, and we're like me and Yannis we have a countdown now of when he's going to get fucking indicted for sexually harassing somebody. Like this is the prime candidate. He has a woman's never spoken to him, so now that he's got power, he's like, I'll give you a seat if you just caress my balls, and then be like, I don't know what happened. You know, we know that's going to be that guy. So that's a prediction.
We hope he doesn't hear this
Yeah, we hope he
podcast.
doesn't hear that.
Jesus.
He's a huge fan.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
We don't know.
We're comedians. We don't need that, Justin. We need your
I
support.
can't believe he put his real name in there.
Not a history buff.
Is that a
Clearly.
bad thing to do?
I don't know.
And not popular
Anyone
with the...
could look it up. If you said he's the councilman from Bay Ridge, nobody
He's a
cares.
nice guy, but that's just there's truth in the story.
He's
not going to sexually harass someone.
No,
I don't
and he's a
fucking
great
know.
guy. He loves our web series. That's
Yeah. I mean, who fucking doesn't matter.
It was just fucking hilarious.
He's going to get your history tours defunded.
Oh fuck. Yeah, no, Justin's a good dude.
And then the tour guide, Justin's a great guy.
he really is actually a great
He
guy.
walks
I like him a
away.
lot.
He walks away. The tour guide goes, "Are you two guys famous?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Nah, we're on this history tour. Like that
Yeah,
was
we're
a
not
council. That was a councilman from Bay Ridge. We're neighborhood famous."
You don't
Went
meet
to
a lot of government officials named Justin.
Yeah.
Justin, yeah.
We'll tag him in the post about that.
please do. I mean,
Please
listen,
do.
he really is a good dude.
You've said,
Yeah.
you've said
He's a
nice
great
things
guy.
That
about
story was completely fictional. Actually, yeah.
Well, yeah, he came to the tour.
Okay.
The other part, Giannis and I made up.
Yeah,
is
we made
like-
So the tour starts.
Please don't tag him in that.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
got
tour
it.
starts, and Giannis is freezing because it's 25 degrees.
I was
But he
wearing this
looks
jacket.
fucking great.
I was
Looks
looking good.
fucking good.
Yeah, I was looking.
Yelled up?
I was looking
Yelled up?
cute. Yeah.
His hair don't move, and then it was cold bad. He borrowed my gloves. He wanted to borrow my jacket. He wanted to fucking leave the tour, and I was like, "You cannot leave."
What are you learning about?
Well, we were learning about the real that tour
5
specifically
points.
was about 5 points and like the real characters of the gangs in New York, and really it's like pre-Civil War America, pre-Civil War New York. So yeah, there was a lot of things that you learn. You know how fucking so like historical shit.
What they do in the beginning is they take you to the location, and a lot of the original buildings are still there. Like a lot of the tenements in the Lower East Side are from 1820 and up. So it's like she takes you to the building. She took us to the Bowery, the original headquarters of the Bowery Boys, which is right across from the Manhattan Bridge. She took us to the area of where the 5 Points is, which is now just like Chinese people doing Tai Chi everywhere. But that's
what it
where,
is. Yeah.
and the Irish lived on one side and the African Americans lived on the other, and she tells us stories. I highly recommend. It's a cool thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Have you done a lot of these history tours elsewhere, like not just in New York?
Oh yeah, we've done 2 or 3 in New York. We've done tours of Gettysburg. We did a tour in Winchester, Virginia, Antietam Battlefield in Maryland.
People always look weird. The look on their face when we show up, they're like, "What?" Yeah, it just doesn't look right when he comes bopping along with his fucking.
Like
with his-
I bought, we went on one of these Civil War tours, and I bought me and Giannis like Union soldier hats, like from the Civil War, because I was excited. And then the tour guy was like, "Please don't make fun of us. Please make fun of the tour." I was like, "I'm not. I'm trying to get in fucking character."
Nobody
Yeah.
believes you.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm dead serious."
And then we put them on crooked though, because
Yeah,
like
put
if the
them on
South
crooked,
rises
like-
again, that's how fucking
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Well, if anyone from the Bronx sees you,
Yeah.
then you got to represent.
we're coming and we're going to shoot like that, Adam. Bang bang, shoot at the
Yeah.
Southerners.
So
Are
the,
they- yeah. you go.
the tour ends, and what happens? Where do you guys go? You get a bite to eat after?
The tour ended, and then Giannis and I
We got smoothies.
We got smoothies.
Yeah.
that's another true thing that we did.
Where did
Yeah.
you go get smoothies?
We got smoothies on in downtown
On Chambers Street.
Juice Press.
Yeah.
I got what was mine called? The Nurse Nettie. It was like lemon, ginger, some kale stuff, and then he got raw oatmeal.
Yeah.
And a vanilla protein shake.
That's
Is that what
correct.
you got?
Wow, you got a memory on you, kid.
Wow.
Because
Yeah.
it's what I do. I'm
Yeah.
fucking German.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, master race.
Yeah.
I can't do this. The smoothie does not satiate me. It's not a full meal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still hungry.
That's why I had the oatmeal.
Right.
Yeah.
I had the oatmeal and the smoothie.
Okay.
He had both. Yeah, I just had the smoothie. But why did I?
You have more willpower.
No, it's not even that. I think.
He's pre-diabetic.
Yeah, and I also had 4 slices of pizza before the tour started. I swear to God.
From
Now
where?
From a pizzeria. See, the
On
thing is
Mulberry.
with New York pizza, like there's no. It's in New York City. There's no. I don't need to fact check or background check your pizza. I know it's going to be good enough. You know, in New York, other cities, it's like I got to do research. I can't just walk in to a fucking pizzeria. I got to know what's going on in here. But New York,
there's some
it's like
shitty pit slices.
Yeah, but
the
it's
99-cent places.
Yeah, well, no,
It's fucking
dollar
disgusting,
pizza's not
yeah.
pizza. We don't
Right.
count. That's not
Yeah,
a
yeah.
thing to
I'm just
people
making
from Brooklyn.
sure.
No, but I just want to let you know, like
Yeah.
my mind doesn't.
I got you.
I don't count that as pizza.
Right.
That's
You could
fucking
also-
Sbarro.
That's fucking ketchup.
You
I
could
don't-
also hypothetically really like a pizza place and not even know the name of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know the names of any of the places I go
Yeah.
to. I just
Wait,
walk
and
in.
your standard order is 4
No, I think,
in the AM.
No, you know what? I had had 4 slices of pizza because I had had 2. I had had 2 slices of pizza for breakfast that morning that I had had from the night before, leftovers. So that was 2, and then I had probably. Well, I don't know what.
And then we had 2.
And then we had
We
two.
had 2 together.
On Mulberry
I see.
Street.
On Mulberry.
Post smoothie pizza.
Oh, because we're
Pre-smoothie.
Pre-smoothie.
Pizza
Right.
before
No,
the tour, smoothie after.
No, because the reason why we had 2 slices of pizza too is because after the tour we didn't go right to get smoothies. Remember, after
got
the
pizza,
tour,
right.
No, we got pizza, and then we had the meetings with
Serpico.
with Jim Serpico.
Apostle, yeah.
Who
From a-
directs your
who directs
series?
the Bay Ridge Boys.
I worked with Serpico early in my
Yes.
career.
Yes, we had a meeting with him, and then
And then you got smoothies.
and then we got
So it's a
smoothies.
full day.
We had a good day.
While
yeah.
Giannis's family dies.
While Giannis's parents.
Well,
were slowly
Giannis's
dying.
family is falling apart. You guys were learning about
guys
the
were having
gangs of New York.
Exactly.
It's like cowboy moments. And,
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody's okay? You went home?
Everybody's all right. I
Okay,
mean, it's
good.
pending. I would say pending. Everything's pending. I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
it's like the health grade. It's pending.
It's pending right now, yeah.
But
Wait, I had a pizza question, and now I forget what it is.
Hit me with it. We love Pete's.
No,
I love
no.
pizza.
Have you ever done one of those pizza tours?
no, but
That
that's
feels like the merging of everything you love.
Big Onion does do a food tour. That's going to be right now. We're just. I mean, if it's about the history of the food, I'll do it. But I'm not just going to go for food. But
Right.
like, you got to be talking history for me.
What's up with the pizza with the ziti on it? Is that a real thing?
I'm not into that.
I mean,
That's like a carb bomb. That's
ziti
double
like baked
carbs.
ziti pizza.
Yeah.
Seems strange.
Yeah.
They do that at Sbarro.
Yeah,
and
that's kind of like
Yeah.
a tourist kind of thing.
See, I'll eat Giannis.
those
and I-
places where the pizzas are
Seems
on
tourist.
things in the window.
right.
You don't do that.
No,
See,
that
for
Times
me-
Square shit.
I just
That's
eat
how you know
pizza.
you're not in a good spot when they display like
Yeah.
100 different pizzas. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll eat pizzas from like rest stops though. Giannis and I were coming back from Montreal once, and We stopped at a rest stop, and I got pizza.
Sbarro's.
From a Sbarro's off the side of the road.
disgusting.
And Giannis, like, he actually asked me to sit in the back. On the way home, he was like, I can't believe you do that. Like,
I mean,
it's-
he's fucking Italian.
he's like,
That's
it's-
disgraceful
he's like,
to his
yeah.
race.
Yeah.
I mean, he's eating at a Sbarro's.
I know,
If
but it's
your
just pizza,
if
dude.
your ancestors saw you
I know.
at that counter,
Because I don't
So
think
is-
I'm
I
really
mean,
Italian.
It's
I
like
think
us eating a Lender's bagel.
yeah, it's
It's
yeah,
bad.
exactly.
But if the choices are that,
Meanwhile,
or
I like a Lender's. I don't
McDonald's, like
Yeah, I mean,
I grew up with the two.
I can always eat pizza. I can always eat pizza or bagels. I can always just get them down. You know?
But you are like a kinesiologist.
Yeah, I know. I gotta fucking see. That's the thing. I know, and I think that's why I have a lot of anxiety. And my anxiety really started to go up once I learned about like disease and parts of the body and all that stuff. I'm like, oh shit! Any symptom I have or you have, I can tell you how that's going to kill you in a matter of days. I just know how it is.
It's fascinating.
It's
How-
weird.
I just can't believe you eat Lender's. I mean, they taste like freezer.
Well, I grew.
Well,
I
he's
mean,
Jewish, though.
I know
grew
that's
up-
more the reason.
They were in my freezer.
Where are you from?
Philly.
He
Oh, well,
also,
I forgive it. Yeah, I
but he
mean,
grew
Yeah.
up. He also eats.
My
like,
condolences.
Get it
That's
down.
brutal.
Get a
Yeah.
bag of Lenders.
He has these. Probably not so much anymore. But I mean, you were
Crazy
when you were in
family.
your 20s. You had like a frozen food.
Oh, I loved Encore frozen dinners.
You know, but he would be like,
I
oh,
lived on. I
like,
lived on
remember-
those my first 5 years in New
I came
York.
and stayed with
Yeah.
him.
Mastajol and
And I
meatballs,
would be
Salisbury
like,
steak.
And I stayed with him on a Sunday night in New York. I was in college and I had a
Hot
job
turkey?
interview the next day or something, and he was like, "Oh, good, you're here Sunday night. It's good. That's Salisbury steak night or something like that." And it was like, and it was just at the big,
Philadelphia needs to be put down as a city. Yeah,
right.
We're the Super Bowl champs.
Yeah.
That's true.
That is
I
true.
fed Matt well. We did stovetop stuffing.
Yeah.
I know about frozen food. Frozen food's good.
Yeah,
My
it's the
mom, I grew
best.
up with my mom was divorced and like always in relationships and getting dumped. So I grew up on fucking lean
Well, she
cuisine.
cheated on
She's always
Matt with
depressed.
Chris Mullen.
She's always like, just eat a lean cuisine. I can't. Rich, dump me.
Yeah.
And then I would just pop one in.
Stouffer's pot pies.
We had a
Good
whole second, like a refrigerator-sized freezer just full of lean cuisine.
Yeah, lean cuisine is dope.
Yeah,
You guys are gross.
it is. I don't know. I admit. Yeah.
So the rest of your you spend all day together, and then what? You have sets at night.
Yeah, Giannis, you had sets, right?
Yeah, I had 2.
You?
Yeah.
At what point are you a father?
Me? Oh, what? Oh, you mean on that day?
In the day.
Oh, well, no, in the beginning of the day. In the beginning,
Yeah.
my daughter woke up at 6 a.m. and I stayed
So
with
you're
her.
there 6
a.m. till like noon, and
Yep.
then she took a nap. Her grandma came over, watched the baby until like 7 p.m. and then her mom, my kid's mom, got back from work, but we're not together. So I slept at my apartment, and then I go back and get my kid. I get my kid every morning at like 7 a.m.
Got it.
When she wakes up, I'm there.
You're like, let's go get a slice of pizza.
Oh yeah, that's all. My kid loves it. My kid loves pizza. I try not to give her as much sugar, like pure sugar.
Yeah.
But pizza, I mean, what am I?
No.
We both said, like, I don't want to live in a world with no pizza.
Yeah,
No, you got
I don't wanna
to.
live-
There's no
and I
way.
don't want to live in a world with gluten-free pizza.
Yeah.
You're not out here breaking dudes' arms. I think you're ahead of the game.
I'm a good person.
Look, I don't care what's happening with me health-wise. I'm never giving up pizza.
I agree.
That's where I draw the
can't
line.
do it, man.
It's just where I draw the line.
I'll try to give up other shit, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I mean, pizza, you're asking too
If a doctor
much. I mean,
says if you eat one more pizza, you will die, I'm be like, then I'm gonna die. You
Yeah.
know?
yeah,
I just
gotta have
I'm
that.
never
you
giving
know,
it up.
like,
Yeah.
Even better, free
we're in
pizza.
America, like we fucking won the war.
Free pizza in a work situation
We get the pizza.
is
now.
impossible
What-
to
how
pass
are we
up.
on?
No, yeah.
What?
How are we on time? I
have
want
no
to make
idea.
sure we don't go over into the next.
What do you guys do? Like an hour
Light
pod?
situation.
Yeah, about that. Okay, we're good.
It's
We have
not
a few more.
We
minutes.
kind of all look like each other, right?
We
Well,
a little bit. Yeah. Well, we need
that's
to.
what Kimowitz said.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do. You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like we honestly look like? I feel like we look like I feel like it's almost like we look like the before and after with Captain America. I feel like you look. This is Stevie Rogers. This is Captain America. In a way.
Dukes of Hazzard, Bo and Luke, and then they had their contract dispute, and they brought in Coy and Vance.
That's what it is. But we need each other. That's the thing. Like we all 4 of us need each other.
There you go.
Stevie Rogers ain't nothing without Captain America ain't nothing without Stevie Rogers. So it is.
Couldn't make it
Just
more.
fucking steroids, no steroids.
Wait, you played basketball in high school or college? Both.
High school and college, yeah.
What college? Right.
I played St. Joseph's College, downtown Brooklyn, small Division
Yeah.
III school.
You called it white. What was it in the show? You called it
White college basketball.
White college
Division
basketball.
III,
Division
yeah.
III,
Yeah,
white
yeah.
college
You were
basketball.
Chuck Taylor's. How are you today at the sport of basketball?
Not great anymore. Well, not that I'm bad. I just don't. I mean, I don't play anymore. I just don't.
Given 3 minutes in an NBA game,
Okay.
could you score? I asked Trayvon Free this. Our other
Given
fa-
3 minutes in an NBA
assistant.
game, 3 minutes. If I had the ball, I would say
5 minutes.
If you gave me 5
You
minutes,
get 5 minutes of run.
just because in high school and college, like I was a shooter, I was a 3-point shooter, so like I could shoot threes. So I just would think in 5 minutes I could hit at least one. I couldn't get to the basket. I couldn't create
Right.
my own shot really.
But some
I
guy
could run
passed
off
you
a
the
pick,
ball.
and I could bomb one, and potentially I
It
would
would
say at least I hit
maybe
one.
go in.
It would be luck, but I think in 5 minutes I could get 1 3. I would take 20 of them. but I
Giannis?
could get one.
No, I couldn't at this point. No. I tried to walk on my Division I school, the American University
Division
in
I,
D.C.
though.
Yeah, I could have played D3. I think I was good enough to play D3. I got recruited by one D3.
Who's
school.
not good enough to play D?
Exactly,
You just have to
yeah.
fucking
To
have a
show up,
heartbeat.
yeah.
You just have to be able to stand upright.
But now, yeah.
I played Division III.
Yeah,
Look, you know.
he's actually the lead. He's the number one scorer in his school's history. He just got inducted into the St. Joe's Hall of Fame.
I mean,
Wow.
it's not
Yeah.
fucking saying, you know. I mean, it's
Round of
Division
applause.
III. Nobody cares.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what nobody
Got
clapped.
one,
I mean,
yeah.
it's good. Nobody, you know. No. The Hall of Fame induction was in the school's cafeteria. That's the truth. Nobody clapped for that.
No, my high school. I remember we had the Hall of Honor or whatever. Every year they would have the inductions, and one year the big one was like the principal got inducted, and it was like that's the most famous person who's ever gone here. Is like
fucking principal.
Yeah, it was
Where'd you go?
It was a high school outside of Philly. Nowhere exciting.
Oh, both Philly guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are friends from before this.
We were camp counselors together.
Oh.
Yeah, we went to the same overnight summer camp.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we were NBC Pages together.
Yeah.
And then we kind of started out in comedy together.
Very cool.
So and now we have a podcast.
Very cool.
This is the
have
100th
to-
episode.
Yes,
What? This is
it
our
is.
episode.
It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Wow.
It's an honor to be on it. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. We have to get to the blow-off. It's
Yes.
like 7:28.
Oh.
So,
Do you guys do you have a go-to, or is there a time recently when either of you has blown somebody off when you've used an excuse to get out of something? Or
Yeah. Well, recently, a friend of mine, I've known him for years, texted me to do a show in Astoria. There's a lot of Greeks. And I have like a lot of Greek fans because I do like a Greek character. And once in a while, I hope he doesn't hear this. I hope a lot of people don't hear this
Yeah,
podcast.
we really like.
these are who. This
Don't
is
worry
pretty
about
much
it.
who listen.
We are.
I love the
You're
guy.
fine.
Yeah.
We are
You're
systematic. We're like
trust
ruining
me.
our career
Yeah.
by minute.
But like,
You can say whatever you
Justin,
want.
listen.
So it's
You could
happened.
confess to a murder
Yeah,
right
on this,
now,
nobody would hear. All right.
and you would be
So I've gotten the text before. It's like Astoria. There's a lot of Greeks. And so, like, there's always a Greek restaurant owner or bar owner will, like, try to reach out to me and be like, let's do a show. And then I'll be like, I'll give you $50. And then, like, I went once and it was like 300 people there. And I'm like, this isn't really fair for me, So a friend of mine who's a comic is like, I started a room in Astoria. And he texted me and he's like, it'd be great to have you come down. And I just ignored it. And then he texted again, like, because he was like, I can give you $50 for the set. And I know, like, a lot of people will probably
That's
show
the going
up.
rate among the Greeks.
I know the fucking owner of the bar is asking him, can you get this guy? And then he's going to fucking blow it out. And then I'm going to walk away. Like, it's a Tuesday night and I'm getting 50. This business is hard enough,
Right.
So then he texted me. He's like, I can give you 100. And I just blew him off all the way up to $400. Like, I just ignored he's a close friend of mine, too. And then...
You never did it?
And then I didn't even answer after that. And
Wow.
then, I
So
didn't
he
do
was
it.
just seeing scene.
He was just
no
seeing, and like
response.
2 or 3 days would go by, and then he'd hit me again. He's like, "Oh, actually, I can give you, 100."
Yeah.
And I was like, so yeah,
You never did it. You didn't do the
never
show.
did it, and I never responded.
Wow.
He stopped at 400, and I just stopped. I probably should have taken the 400. I could use it, but
Well, all those history tours, the prices.
$25 a tour. It's not bad. $25.
And how
So-
do you blow off people? How do you?
I
Are you
blown
good?
up-
Are you polite?
Well, I try to be, I'm try to be nice to people, and I don't want to blow anybody off. But there's a lot of times where I'm just like really tired. I'm up early with but I'll tell you what, like the best thing to blow somebody off with is my kid.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
argue that.
It's come
There's
up a lot
times where
on
I'm
the
just
pod.
like, yeah, look, I can't do this. I got my kid. I mean, there's times where like my girlfriend would be like, even when I was with my kid's mom, she'd be like, "Do you want to go out to dinner?" I'm like, "I got a kid. I can't. I want to, but like, I got the baby."
I feel like Giannis could be like, my whole family's dying.
I've actually used it. I just don't want to. I don't want to admit it because
Giannis
it's a
has been like-
horrible thing.
Giannis has been like, "Yeah,
My mom's in the hospital. I can't. I've done it like 10 times actually. So
You could have headed off like 8 negotiating texts from that guy, but you're telling him the truth.
yeah.
The kid is. Nobody can argue that.
It's the only reason
nobody
to
can
have
argue that.
children.
It's
Yeah.
just going to be awkward
It's the
when I
best
see him,
reason. Yes.
too. It's going to be awkward just seeing him.
But you know what we do?
I ignored him for fucking like... I mean, he knows I saw the text. I mean, it's like...
You know what we do a lot? We blow people, not blow people off. We just like lie about like spots, or we lie. We're like, "Oh, we got to cancel this thing," but like we'll have like great tickets to like a Knicks game,
Right.
And like we just.
I mean, we're fucking...
Yeah.
Nobody's going to like us after this
Well,
podcast.
You're on the celebrity.
No,
cam.
but we'll always
Yeah,
be
the
like,
Jumbotron.
"Yo, like we'll blow off, we'll cancel, and we just turn our phones off because
Yeah.
we cannot have any evidence of this, so we just turn our fucking phones off."
All right.
and
Well,
nobody knows
recently
we were
it
there.
was Golden State, New York. Sure.
Warriors
and it
and
was
the
like
Knicks.
fucking third row. And like we all had other stuff. And yeah, I said my mom is in the hospital, and I don't know what excuse you
said-
give.
You don't worry about like the karmic in.
He doesn't believe in any of that.
Okay.
I don't believe in
It's
any of
actually
that,
very freeing and liberating to like hang out with Giannis. Yeah, he doesn't believe in religion, Jesus, not karma. He's like, it's none of this is real. It's all fucking. This is all a simulation.
It's a simulation,
He kind of
yeah.
makes you like. There's times like I'm slowly opening the window and be like, I'm going to jump. Like, I'm going to... That's what he wants me to do. I know this is just a ploy for... He was trying to...
You
my
get the
baby mama
MSG
hired him to
hookup
get
with
my
the
life
tickets?
insurance money. What?
You get the MSG hookup with the tickets?
I got an MSG hookup.
Yeah.
I got sports hookups, which is good.
Well, you used to play.
Yeah, well, and some of the shows that I've done,
that's what I meant.
Joel Solomon, fucking, I got the hookup.
You got the Solomon.
Yeah.
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 We had a show together on MSG that
The
they paid
Bracket.
us they paid us nothing. They
paid
still
us
play
zero.
it. It's called The Bracket.
It's called
on
the
MSG.
bracket. I remember one time this construction worker. I was on the train. This construction worker goes, "It was me and Hyenas hosting the show. Hyenas wasn't there. I was on the train." And he goes, "Yo, you the host of that show, The Bracket?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you and that Mexican kid are pretty funny." That's what he said. And I was like,
All right.
I was like, "He's Greek." And he's like, "I don't know what that means."
Well, Chrissy D and Yanni P, thank you so much.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you guys, man.
Congrats
Thank you.
on your 100th episode.
Hey, thank
Congrats.
you. Check out the Bay Ridge Boys
Yes.
on all of
Thank you,
the
guys.
Anything else?
internet
Anything
platforms.
Before you go, anything else you want to mention? Promote?
How do we find you?
History Hyenas podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, on
History
iTunes, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. And it's fucking it, you know? What are you going to do? I got to go. My son with my kid.
Sure,
Well,
yeah.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I gotta go. My mom's in the hospital.
And you guys know the line.
Yeah, stay busy, everybody.
everyone.
Thank you for coming,
Thank
everybody.
you, thank you. Thank you, Alex.
My voicemail because I'm busy. Whenever I get with her, say I'm busy. And I'm gonna hit you later because I'm busy. Busy with her.